Hey everybody, welcome to Fhtagn. I believe that's the way you say it, I'm still not sure. With the G silent. Every time I take a run at that word, I take it from I say it from a different angle. Anyways, I'm Tiegon Berry. This is a game that was sent to me by Design Imps. They are a indie developer in South Africa. And this is supposed to be a more silly game, so let's give it a shot. Okay, the Dreaming Eye, a small cult dedicated to waking the Great Dreamer. When the dark moon rises, the temple of the Great Dreamer will rise once more from the ocean floor, and their time will be at hand. Okay, sure. Was there did it say tutorial? Play with tutorial? Yes. I'll be this dude with the beard that's red, because it all works for me. Red with beard. Let's go. You have 6 rounds to prepare for the ritual. To pass the ritual, you need to successfully complete a roll. Click the card to see all the possible rolls. You'll be able to select those rolls at the end of the game. Each roll has a major and minor task or stat requirements. You'll need to pass both successfully to complete the roll. Look at the card, picture, and prophecy text to gain clues. The ritual feedback at the end of the game will give you more clues. Elder Signs are used to unlock stats required for story events and roles. You gain Elder Signs at the end of the game by completing hidden objectives. Elder Signs are capped at 75. Okay. So, yeah, we'll just gather those. Yeah. Hover over stat icons for tooltips. For controllers, hold down the tooltip button. The main way to gain stats is to perform an action at one of the locations on the maps. At the top of each location, you can see a series of diamonds. The color of the diamonds coincide with your stats. The diamonds on the left show you the stats you will gain from choosing action 1 at that location. The diamonds on the right show you the stats you'll gain from action 2. Okay, so we'll learn what the stats are soon. If you are struggling to see different colors, you can activate Colorblind menu. Each story has 5 parts you can follow by looking at the diamonds at the bottom of the text area. The white diamond indicates your current progress. Activity feedback explains the actions you have done. Random events. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, so the character with the highest influence stats will always play first. Okay. Read carefully through the ritual feedback for clues on which stats were needed, and maybe in this life or the next, you will cause the end of the world. At the end of the game, you will gain Elder Signs that you can use for your next playthrough to unlock some of the roles or events to make it easier. Okay. And then there are mods. That's it. Okay. Hey, Sergeant Gamer, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so we got a bunch of stats. Influence, body, performance, magic, knowledge, sanity, and riches. Sounds good. Then there's this deck. Yes, there should be Eldritch Horrors, if I am successful. So, if I were to go here, I would get body and knowledge. I don't know why I would want that. And then what does this do? This is my information. Okay, so Conjunction of Albo Keth unlocks 2 Eldritch thingamajigs. So how do I do that? I don't understand these. Ceremony. Sacred Relic. Master Cockerel. Heed these warnings. Be prepared for the intruder. I have to, do things to get things. I will figure it out. Let's go. Just go. So this can give you a bunch of riches. Bunch of riches, I guess. Madame Fufu's. I think. Or do I need to spend money? Is it saying I spend money? Double or nothing. Madame Fufu's. Gold nugget. Dancing. To Madame Fufu's I go. Gamble. but I don't have money, so will it let me gamble with no money? I don't think it will, right? Or will it? Gamble. You spend your night gambling and feeding the debaucherous habits of some of the more weak-willed patrons. The fools quickly find themselves in your debts. 5 riches, 1 influence. That jackpots! Oh, nice. The Medusa tears were a powerful catalyst for a lot of potions that your cult had run out of. You and a bunch of other alkalites were sent to get more and tracked the beast to an underground temple, but she was too powerful. Sharp talons already torn alkalites to pieces. She strapped you behind a pillar. Your heart pounds faster as the hissing comes closer. The panic clouded your mind a bit, but maybe one of the things you learned this week could be useful. Or you could just wing it. What's the worst that could happen? Okay. Recall what I learned, or just stare her down. Well, what did I learn? Medusa. Medusa. You got nothing. Well, it's like your pappy used to say, if you can't beat him, run the hell away, so... you run. Gain 1 body. So I failed one thing, but I got money, so... Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, I feel like it did good for money. I got money now. But I can spend another turn there and get, like, some performance and some body. For spending a second turn there. Okay. I still don't fully understand what's going on, though. Well, we'll figure it out. Back to Madame Fufu's, I guess. Or play in the band, the second action. Okay. Not like you have to spend 2 actions to do it. We're doing everything at Madame Fufu's. You decide to take a break from it all. You spend your evening there. Madame Fufu has brought in a new roulette table to improve the joint's offerings. Tiny Tony the bouncer let it drop over your few drinks that the table was rigged. Why not even the odds with magic, you thought? Even the odds. Sure. You summon up the magic to stop the wheel in your favor. Time and again, the house wins. You feel your anger rising. Finally, you flip the table. Make a scene about it being rigged. Suddenly you're jerked backwards as Tiny Tony grabs your neck and drags you out. That night you learned how to take a punch. Gain 1 body. Fail. So there was requirements. I'm failing to do things. There was requirements for me to do the things. I do not like seeing that thumbs down Cthulhu hand. I am doing things wrong because I don't have requirements to do things that I'm trying to do. Should I? Well, I don't. I'm terribly confused, I must admit. So this... okay, I get it. If you have the right stats, you can do the thing at the location that you need to do, and I'm trying to do things that I don't have the stats to do. So I should get certain stats, and these are hints. Let the gem-studded Maltese cockerel crow to sound the word of doom. I need to do all these things. For your doom, you will be the wolf. Your doom will be from the wolf in sheep's clothing. Beware. Alright, so I just need to go places and do things. Just go to the magic shop and have a good time. Voodoo dolls made while you wait. I'm gonna cast some spells. You summon eldritch horrors and open portals to other planes. Your powers grow, but your sanity slips. That's fine. Where was my sanity? Yeah, I didn't have any of that anyways. Albertus Sharp was a loon. He had already been part of the cult while you were still in diapers. The sad truth was, the longer you stayed, the less your mind remained. Occupational hazard. Albertus in his madness has discovered a gift, though. The ability to make machines, which no one wanted. His latest invention, called the money-sucking treasure box, had convinced you that it would be great for your store. As a couple alkalites wheeled it in, you gave it the once over. It's not a remarkable box, which reminded you a bit of a dunking booth that you once saw at a state fair. Top part of the box was encased in glass, and dangling from its center was a mechanical claw. According to Albertus, you would lock a couple artifacts in there, and the customers could, for a dime, try to fish one out. He invented the claw game. Okay, so I could give it a go, or I could test it out on customers. Well, yeah, the claw game is rigged, you guys. Let you guys Albertus' box is a hit. People would line up for blocks to get a chance on the new machine. They would drop in dime after dime. Albertus was a mad genius. Pass. Okay. Yeah, don't play. Pass. You didn't play the claw game. Smart. Claw games are rigged, you guys. Just quit while you're ahead. Don't play the claw game. Alright, good. So that means we get a thing? No, we didn't get a thing or something, but I didn't play the claw game, at least. Alright, so, like, Jade gone. Okay, it's mystical. I thought these would tell me, like, where you find them. I thought one of them maybe... Mad astronomer. Like, that one hints about a mad astronomer. So, like, there's probably an event at the Miskatonic University to deal with the mad astronomer. Whichever one that was. The one I was just looking at. Let's try that one. Although, did it give me a hint at what I needed to do, or what stat I needed to do? Actually, yeah, maybe let's look at those cards again. Once again. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really give me a hint on what sort of stat it might mean, but I bet if we go here, and we go on an expedition, maybe. You convince the university faculty to send you on an expedition. You push your body to the limit, searching for lost artifacts. Your research had led you to a small village in the Amazon. Here, a tribe of primitives harvest a seed from a red leaf plant only found in this corner of the jungle. I guess that's not the expedition I thought it. I thought it meant an expedition in the university where you might meet a professor who, I don't know, that should show us the other option, to do research. Anyways, because that's what I think the thing hinted at. The village shaman claimed it was the voice of the gods, but the poison you put into his drink took effect too quickly for him to explain how it was used. The massacring of the tribe. After massacring the tribe to cover your tracks, you now sit before Mrs. Rentworth of the Miskatonic Botany Department. She marvels at the bag of strangely hot seeds you have placed before him. Or, I mean, he... and agrees to cultivate them for you. If you fund his research into giant bonsai trees, sure, I'll fund your research. You marvel at Rentworth's notes. The seeds can be turned into a concoction, which causes the imbiber to become susceptible to suggestion. With this, your cult will grow exponentially. Okay, in the corner, Rentworth, eyes glowing red, sits drooling, awaiting your next order. Okay, that's good, I guess. We're running out of rounds, though, and I haven't gotten any elder signs whatsoever. Oh, they're used to unlock things. Yeah. Yeah, so, like, I couldn't unlock those. Those were the unlocks that I would be doing in game, so yeah, I wouldn't be getting any elder signs mid-game. That's what they were explaining here. Well, let's just go to the Sanitarium, I guess, so... I don't know. Let's do the other one. Let's delve through the tomes. Okay. You look through tomes. It has come to your attention that a group of students has started experimenting with the occult. Deciding that they could be useful to your cause, you barge into one of their clandestine meetings to show them the true power of the Ancient One. Okay. We'll summon an Eldritch Horror already. But it said it unlocks a thing, so I'm unlocking something? I don't know, I feel like I'm doing something good by doing those options, but I'm not sure. As you incant the words of the spell, you fail to notice your wandering runes flickering and dying out. Your magic cannot enough to sustain them. As the last words leave your lips, a monstrous form tears through the gap in reality. The many-mouthed thing, unfettered by your magic, charges the room, ripping the young men apart, spraying the walls with blood and ichor. Lose 2 sanity. That's... well... so much for making new members for the cult. Finally, its hunger satiated. It climbs back... satiated. It climbs back to the portal and vanishes. Well... you think any summoning you can walk away from is a good summoning, so... yeah, fail. You didn't get new recruits, but hey, you learned something about summoning Eldritch Horrors. Don't do it. Downtown. Alright, so down here at the hotel, we can perform the reaping. I guess let's just do that. The Ancient One demands sacrifices. At nights, you scour the slums for worthy victims, slaying gangsters and vigilantes, chasing down those who run away. Everyone who was already there by the time you... Or everyone was already there by the time you and your entourage arrived. In the center of the abandoned warehouse was a big circular table, and arranged around it was the entire DeLuca crime family, save one. You stepped on their toes more than once, but they agreed to hear your offer. Okay. I can threaten them or assassinate them. It's a weird noise going on in the background along with the music. Well, just assassinate them, I guess. Your plan's quite simple. Pretend to greet the members, then deftly prick them with a poison needle. They should be dead in minutes. Alright. So you walk up to the first one, hand extended. But you only manage to prick yourself. Panic starts to settle in, and you rush out of the meeting. You run as fast as you can to get the antidote. Your quick reaction saves your life. Your insult to DeLuca's might have started a war, though. You failed. It's time. Uh-oh. Oh, so I have to do... Oh, I just click on one of these. Okay. Is that it? So... I have to, like, select which one of these I'm most prepared to do? According to my stats? Is that it? Oh. Yeah, I didn't quite understand that. So which ones should we select? Heed these warnings. Well, it says this, but it says finally. This is like the final thing. I don't know, Vigilant? The Reckoning. Okay, we did that one. As the ceremony reaches its end, you are standing off to the side, never far from your gun. Eye flitting about, looking for treason or intruders. Nothing happened. You can't feel that this is a waste of your talent, and you could have helped the ritual much more in another capacity. Major fail. Defeat. The ritual quiets down, so I made the wrong decision. Like, I wasn't very vigilant because my stats were bad for it. Okay, well, we'll do this right next time. The ritual quiets down, all eyes turn to the immense carved door nestled into the side of the temple. Its squid dragon bas relief glistening wet in the moonlight. After 15 minutes of waiting, a dreaded realization starts to gnaw at your mind. After an hour, only the ones too stubborn to admit defeat were still left on the island. As the moon set behind the waves, the only ones who could not deal with the horror of what they had done, seemingly for no gain, were still on the island, as it started to sink beneath the waves. So we all died. With the ritual over, you turned to the only profession you knew and became a night shift security guard at the museum. The long nights of boredom didn't help quell your thoughts that perhaps if you had taken a more active role in the ritual, things might have been different. One night, you were silently mulling over different outcomes and accidentally brushed against a ruined brass orb on display. All of a sudden, the orb started levitating and spinning on its own axis. No stranger to the occult phenomena, you watched in anticipation. Suddenly, the orb rocketed backwards and seemed to tear a hole in the air. As you approached the new portal, you recognized the images you saw. Scenes were playing out in front of you from a couple of weeks ago. As you stared at the tear in time, you realized that you might be able to change your fates. You fling your security hat aside, loosened your tie, and stepped through the portal with a smile. This time would be different. In other words, try again. Okay, participants 2. So now I can unlock things with these 2 runes. These 2 Eldritch runes. I got 2. That was not very good. Okay. So there's other scenarios we can do too? Next. Well, I'll be bald dude this time. I have lost my hair. Time travel, as we learned from the movie Looper, time travel does result in hair loss. Well, actually, no, that was his future. That's something completely different. So, we're gonna be aiming at a certain role. We gotta think about the roles, who we're gonna be. I see defense down there. Traitor. So I wasn't a good vigilant because keyword strength, constitution, weapons, charisma, persuasion, indoctrination, followers. Good to hear it. Good to hear it, Almond. And good to see you, Nami-Noms. It's been a bit. Good to see you again. Welcome back to the stream. Let's see. So dexterity, reflex. There's keywords. I still don't fully understand the game mechanic, but I'm starting to understand. Okay, so like, for example, if I... No, I still don't fully get it. Ritual instruments. Like, it seems like the Jade Gong would be a good one for, I don't know, having a lot of money? I don't know. That is perfectly fine. Yeah, sometimes we're all busy from time to time. So this isn't guaranteed money. So whenever I went to Madame Fufu's, I could have gotten unlucky and not gained money from the from that thing. Whereas the magic shop is gonna guarantee give me money. And a little bit of magic. Yeah, magic. So if we're thinking about like magic, for example, what role would be? Ooh, yeah, like this one. This one looks like a body one. Like you need some body for strength, because you're gonna be carrying the obelisk. But also, you need to read the inscription. So like this one, it looks like it'd be like magic. Wait, does that allow you to read? No, okay, yeah. If you just have knowledge and body, yeah, let's carry that obelisk. Let's carry that obelisk. I'll just get knowledge and body, and we'll be fine. My back will be sore, but knowledge and body. Okay, so we're just looking for green and red, and that's at the witch's hut. Alright, I plan to put a very large stone on my back. Alright, after a hard day's work, you were off to your first cultist mixer. A sorta know your fellow world destroyers kind of thing. After a few drinks, more than a few, you figured it was time to impress your new mates. I'm gonna carry an obelisk. It's gonna suck. And then I'll read it. That'll be more exciting. You show a spell you had seen and really get this party started. Or you could suggest you get some tattoos, which could really help you bond. Oh yeah, so like, but I don't have any magic. Show off my magic. What magic? I guess let's get tattoos. you can look give you something to look at while I'm carrying that obelisk. You and a couple of guys and gals stumble into an all-night tattoo parlor and you decide to get matching tattoos of the Ancient One. Unfortunately, the tattoo artist, having no reference for a multi-dimensional being of pure chaos and horror, gave you a tattoo of a white kitty with a bow. The next morning, you all swore a blood pact to never speak of it or show it again. So that's a pass. So I can keep doing that. That would work just fine if I just keep going there. Right? But I can also go to the university. What's wrong with just living at the witch's hut for the rest of my life and keep doing option 1? Would that be the correct option? Would that be the correct thing to do? Do I need magic? Magical ability, magical artifacts. I mean, for the career I'm pursuing, I'm just gonna live at the witch's hut, right? I'm hunting monsters this time. Armed with the knowledge from Dusty Tomes and ancient weaponry, you track down and fight mythical creatures, preparing their organs for the ritual. There's one thing you hate about the swamp, it's all the fairies. They're a nuisance. At that, a nuisance stole your favorites. Muck-treading boots. This ends here. Alright. Challenge the fairies to an arm wrestling contest or lure them into a trap. I will arm wrestle the fairies. Challenge accepted, you meet the fairies and the mushroom circle. Which one of you will face me, you shout in the chill air. You hear a thumping sound. It soon became louder and thrashing and was accompanied by the creaking of trees. Smashing through the trees became the biggest fairy you've ever seen, nearly double your size with bulging muscles. The thing was clearly juicing. Not one to back down from a challenge, you sit down and let the contest begin. As dawn started to approach, the two of you were still wrestling for a win. Gain one body. Finally, the fairy's strength gives out, and you smash his arm against the table. Nursing his arm, he clearly seems impressed with your strength. The two of you spend the next day swapping bench pressing techniques. Oh, and they gave you your boot back too. Sanity. Pass. That's a lot of strength. That'll be good for all the carrying. I think I need more knowledge now. But I definitely got the body to carry this. This is going quite well. Well, that's exactly what they, yeah, that's exactly how much they said they would give. So yeah. Why am I thinking I'm getting anything different than what they say they will? Alright, so maybe I should also go to the university just to get some more knowledge. Or what are my other options? Sanitarium. Will I need sanity, really? And I feel like I'm just maybe spend at least one night at the university, and I'll get a little bit gray. What is gray? Is gray a thing? No, it isn't. It's just nothing. Hey, Chung Treyumon. Welcome to the stream. This is Fhtagn. I think I'm saying it right. Like, it's kind of spelled like Fhtagn, but you don't say the G. I think the G is silent. I think. I don't know. I still don't know how to pronounce it, but Fhtagn. It's a game where you're trying, instead of saving the world from an ancient elder one, you're trying to summon it. And it's a light, silly game. I guess delve through the tomes. Alright, so gain 2 knowledge, lose 1 sanity. Well, I don't have any and I don't need any. I'm completely nuts. Yeah, okay. Instead, let's explain the Doe formula. You write out the Doe formula on a nearby blackboard, which I have no idea what it is, or what that means, accurately relaying every trigonometric function and calculation. As the last line is drawn, a dark portal opens. You stare into the hellish abyss. Suddenly, a burst of dark energy lashes out at you. Ah, so I have negative sanity. Ah. So I have insanity, I see. You dodge the black lightning, and it strikes one of the students. To the horror of all, the young man starts to transform into a mass of energy and pulsing dark liquid, convulsing and contorting. Lose more sanity. As the other younger men ran off screaming, you quickly trace binding runes and stare in awe at the trapped mass, pulsating and changing form constantly. You have harnessed pure chaos and gained 3 magic. Oh, that's a success? Ah. How much you have succumbed to madness when negative will change to sanity. Oh, I see. So is insanity good because I'm a weird Cthulhu cultist? Well, yeah, that is more stats than I expected. Alright, but yeah, now that I've got 4 knowledge, I think I'll be able to read that thing if I keep hanging out at the witch's hut. I think I'm going to need a lot of strength. So let's just keep hunting monsters. Okay. An unfortunate side effect of skinning a gopher bear is how quickly it attracts depth crawlers. Attracted by all the magical gopher pelts, the pesky crawlers will burrow through the fabric of space-time and feed on anything magical. In no time, your hunt is crawling with writhing pests. I know magic, but I am strong, so I think hacking them to pieces would be the correct choice for me. So I start swinging with my machete. Your powerful blows cut through the depth crawler's skin with ease. As the last one twitches on the floor, you admire your handiwork with a sense of satisfaction. You hear a soft crunching sound and you listen everywhere, but you can't find it until you go outside. There, crawling in the depths, a mud crawler is feeding on something. You split the pest in 2 and see what it's eating, a magical talisman. Must have been dropped by someone else. What a find! Nice, so I also got some magical skill. Maybe that'll come in handy when you're, toting about a thingamajig, an obelisk. Let's just live in the witch's hut. It's the way to go. Keep hunting monsters, armed with the knowledge from dusty tomes. Yep, okay, same thing. One day you were sitting, minding your own business with a couple of lost children baking in the oven. Like a wicked witch, when you were suddenly rudely interrupted by an angry mob with pitchforks and torches. They were chanting, "Burn the witch! Burn the witch!" Should I blast them with magic or convince them that they were mistaken? Blast them with magic. You step out of the hut, magic crackling in the air, and you can see the mob's anger turn to terror. As panic started to set in, some tried to flee but were quickly incinerated by gouts of flame erupting from your hands. Others returned to stone right where they stood. Still more were liquefied to puddles of goo. Bubbling goo, I mean. You felt quite good about your impressive display of power and decided to write a ballad about it. Within a week, it was awesomely cool. Within the week, the awesomely cool, attractive, and supremely powerful witch of the swamps was sung in every pub in town. And I gained performance and influence, because this game is silly. Alright, good. Things are going swimmingly. I've got stats everywhere. And I think all I need is tons of body. So let's just keep doing this. Okay. There was a sudden knock, so you grabbed your gun and prepared for the worst. To your surprise, you were greeted by a short, weaselly man in a suit. He introduced himself as Mr. Peabody and explained that his employer was buying up parts of the swamp to build what he called a mall. I'll sell my witch's hut. Mr. Peabody was overjoyed. Before you can say I'm rich, you had signed the necessary deeds. Pass. An earth-shattering kaboom. Okay. Well, it's time. Who needs the witch's hut anyways? I'm rich. I'm rich. I'm a rich obelisk bearer. Alright. 12? Yeah. So, I've got 12 strength. I've got 7 knowledge. Like, I'm most fit to do this. But I've got good money, too, which might make me a good jade gong maker or something. But I think that has performance involved in it. So, yeah. Let's do the goal we were set out to do, and hopefully we'll get a better ending. Here we go. The Reckoning. You decide to climb down into the caverns of Morthania yourself, and single-handedly drag the heavy stone obelisk from its depths. Now, at the appointed time in hand, you read the ancient Morthanian inscription. Or Morthian, yeah. Jesus. Don't know how many times I took on that one, but I just... Sometimes those words. Victory! Nice. Okay. Well, good. The ritual quiets down and all eyes turn to an immense carved door nestled on the side of the temple. Was this all for nothing? As if laughing at your weak will, a loud rumbling booms across the little aisle, and slowly the magnificent doors start to part. An unbelievable stench waffled out of the darkness, and those with poorer constitutions nearly bent double, retching streams of vomit. Then came that dread, slapping sound that, as something climbed slowly up from the depths of the temple. As everyone turned their heads to listen, it appeared out of the dark mouth of the temple. With the head of a kraken, a giant, slimy humanoid body with wings which could certainly not support its titanic weight. Dread Cthulhu, the dreamer, herald of the end times, stepped forth, and madness was for the first time truly born into the world. And I am just, for some reason, mincing my words. 2 cultists immediately died of fright as the thing of the idols, that green, sticky spawn of stars, awoke to claim its own. The stars were right again, and after 10,000 years, the great Cthulhu was loose again, ready to feast, and some here would become its blessed first meal. In the end, apparently the future was great. Apparently in the future there was great need for someone with your special skills. With the great Cthulhu ruling over mankind, it was common practice to appease him by building great stone monuments. Your skill of carrying heavy stones up great heights had made you an asset into the building of the tallest monuments everyone knew that everyone knew people who built the tallest monuments weren't getting eaten. No one could afford not to hire you for this monumental task, and soon you were rolling in shells, furs, and whatever else served as currency in the future. So, yeah, we got a lot of things. We got a lot of elder symbols. I was pumped. I was pimping because I was rich. I read good. I brought the end times. I destroyed a building. And yeah, just playing around is good enough. Huh. Well, this game, one thing I like about it is that the rounds are quite fast. You can definitely get into this and get through this a lot quicker than many other games. It's a bit more of a light one, but that can be kind of fun. Should we do... We'll give it one more go. How about that? Alright, I want to be... Notice that everyone has long noses. I'll be the flapper girl. What I'm describing as flapper, just because the hat and the style. I don't know. So what role should I attempt to go for? The sorcerer will, by his own hands, slay Pa, Joe, and pour steaming black blood into the pit of despair. Well, that seems like a hard thing to do. And the FBI infiltrator, I'll have to infiltrate the FBI, so I'll need, like, influence and performance. I don't know, maybe some riches. But mostly influence and performance, I think, for the infiltrator. Now, the Maltese cockerel just says, let crow the gem-studded Maltese cockerel. So I just need a lot of money for the sacred relic. You just need a lot of money, I guess. Okay, it says I have 15 Elder Signs, so I can use those during the game. Okay, and then this is definitely a performance one. Artistic ability. Okay. Whereas this one's probably a knowledge thing, right? The conjunction only seen to the mad astronomer. Oh, you have to be mad. Oh. I get it. Ah, thanks, LJ Husky. I appreciate that. I wasn't sure what you guys thought about the game. I'm enjoying it. It was a little bit confusing at first, but now I'm getting it. I like it a lot more. So I get it. You have to be mad. I have to be insane for this one. And then I have to get, like, good perception or something? Alright, so... Or maybe, like, wisdom or intelligence. But yeah, you have to be insane. You have to be insane for this one. Just to be as insane as possible. Yeah, I don't know what else. Well, yeah, we don't have much anyone here right now, as far as mods. But that's okay. Let's delve through the tomes. Let's go for it. All right, so let's go. Yeah, let's be a man. Let's be a madman. All right, so then show off my magic. All right, so I lost one influence. But yeah, you failed that because I don't have enough magical skill. But that's one of the best ways to lose your... the Sanitarium. The Sanitarium is where we go, man. Experiments on patients, right. Okay, in a dark corner of the asylum we perform occult scientific experiments on patients, forgotten by society. You make great strides in your understanding of the occults, but it takes a serious toll on your sanity. Okay. One night, you were scouring the graveyard for body parts when suddenly a bunch of malicious ghosts started to materialize from the open graves. Fortunately, you had brought along your mystical rune trumpets that might calm them down if you play it worth a damn, but you're not confident in your musical ability. You could always try to banish them. Yeah, just banish them, because I don't have any musical ability, and also my influence has been damaged. Okay. A ghost starts snickering at the sounds you made. Soon all the ghosts are rolling on the top of their graves laughing. At first you feel insulted, but you have to admit, it was funny. You summon the magic again, lets another one rip for good measure. I gained sanity. Or gained... yeah, okay. The bacillos fail. 1 sanity. one insanity. Yeah, I could check in and get sanity instead of insanity, but I need to go insane. I'm coming to the Sanitarium to get insane fast. In a dark secret corner of the asylum, you perform occult scientific things. Yeah, same text. Okay, it was a basic rule of both physics and mad science. If you were going to kidnap and abduct people to experiment on, bodies were going to pile up. And frankly, the lab was starting to smell. It takes time to make a plan. Start a puppet show? No. Well, I've got to go. I have no magic and no ability to perform, so either way, I'm screwed. I guess just do a puppet show. Thoroughly off your rocker, you devise a system of pulleys that will allow you to animate dead bodies. You put on scenes from your favorite Shakespeare's plays, but they had to stop when Shakespeare's head lost his head, literally. In the end, you decide that the pulleys weren't working and decide that necromancy would be a better option. Oh, we passed. Oh, good. Nice. Alright, so I got some magic from that. We're getting knowledge, we're getting insane. This is working. Okay. So, keep doing that. The metal prosthetic legs glint underneath the powerful laboratory lights. Each one crafted out of black iron from the haunted mines of Perkesh and powered by a Migo battery. With the twin amethysts of Hermes fused into the shin plates, it allowed the user to move at exceptional speed, so fast, in fact, that you muse as you wipe the last bits of blood from the thigh connection ports. And the last experiment nearly outran your car that you sent, car you sent to retrieve them. Now that it has been removed from the previous owner, you decide what to do with it. You can fuse it to yourself, but the operation would be harrowing. Otherwise, you could always find another suitable subject, which shouldn't be too hard. So I could fuse these crazy boots of speed to myself, but they tend to get people killed when you put them on them. I think it's better to give it to a trusted acolyte, but apparently I can try to unlock something. I don't think I have the body. But maybe the operation will make me more crazy because it's harrowing. But I don't think it's harrowing in a psychological way. I think it's more of a physical way. So I'm gonna have to give it to the acolyte on this one. You start the acolyte suspended in the liquid cryo cylinder. The operation went as planned, and within a few days, the prosthetics were fully fused with the stumps, whereas lower thighs used to be. Satisfied that your new weapon's breathing apparatus is functioning efficiently, you plan how you will be using him. Pass. Okay, influence. Yeah, that seemed like a good idea to me. Alright, so my influence is back to normal because it was negative. Let's keep experimenting on people. Alright. An artist walked into the asylum today, complaining of strange dreams. You sense the work of the Ancient One. Try to interpret the dreams, or try to drive him crazy? Drive him crazy? You try your best to drive the young man crazy, saying his works were not complete. He needed to add more detail, fill up the blank space, you know. All the things that the artists hate to hear. Pulling on your frankly poor acting knowledge, you put 2 pencils up your nose, put on your underwear on your head, and at the top of your lungs shout, "Wibble," which is a Blackadder reference. And unfortunately, you only managed to convince the asylum staff that you were crazy. Well, good, because I am. You were forcibly committed for a week. Oh, or gain one. Oh yeah, that's fine. I thought they were gonna make me more sane. Well, at least I was insane. All right. Things are going merely okay. Just keep going crazy. This lady needs to go crazy fast. All right, keep experimenting on people. We need to be extra crazy, and I guess knowledgeable. Do I need any other stats for this? Okay, the omen of Gorlsh was clearly visible. As the prophecy foretold, during the time of Gorlsh, as the Great Eye reached its zenith, the loon will host the spirits of Fenrir. You look over your shoulder towards the asylum. Suddenly, dozens of crazies howl at the moon. Start making silver bullets or omen shmomen? I mean, do I want to be bitten by a werewolf? I don't know. Would it be so bad? Would that make me crazier? Which makes me crazier? Because I don't have any money to make silver bullets, actually. So much moment. You always told your friend Toby, or like you always told your friend Toby, the talking toad, what's the worst that could happen? Turns out that being crazy during the Omen of Grolsch was, in fact, not the worst that could happen. In fact, you started growing fur all over and developed this weird need to howl at the moon, and you also found that your strength had increased significantly. It was exactly this newfound strength that you marveled at, as a whole pack of werewolves tore the people in the asylum from limb to limb. As morning came, you escorted your ex-werewolf buddies back to their cells, and you wondered how you were going to explain the bloody mess. It would have been a pretty convincing lie, you thought. Or you thought of a pretty convincing lie. Okay, well, choice time. So, I've totally geared myself to be this guy. I'm hoping that I'm right in making myself just bat crazy insane, and lots of knowledge will be good enough. We'll find out. The Reckoning. Alright. Weeks of studying and poring over the dark texts has finally revealed to you the exact position in the night sky where the conjunction will take place. Now, with your eyes fixed to that point, you will try to ignore the voices in your head as you stare intently, waiting for the moment to arrive. Without warning, you burst into a whooping cackle. Your mad laughter startled the cultists next to you, but those who recognized your eccentricities nod in confirmation. It had begun! Victory! Alright, so, this is the same thing, right? Yeah, that's the same exact thing. But with a future filled with nightmares, people needed a fortune teller. Now more than ever, and no one could read the stars like you. True, when you had a rough day and you didn't want to bother looking up at the stars, you would fall back to the old reliables. You will meet the man of your dreams. You will be rich. The winning lotto numbers are 15, 23, 27, 48, 53, 6. Or reply hazy, try again. But every so often you would see the fates and the stars. Keep quiet and use the lotto numbers for yourself. Okay, nice. So I was crazy. I had performed the Omen roll. Okay, that works. Now, I thought this was like a... I thought this game could have more players as well. I didn't see the option, but, well, I'm glad that it plays okay one player as well. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching my first impression of the game, Fhtagn. Or Fhtagn. It was fun. It has an interesting system, and I don't know. The music, the music could use maybe slightly larger variety, but it has a nice mood to it, so I enjoy it. And I like this eye. I like how the eye follows your cursor, so that's a nice touch, certainly. Play with that a bit. Stop looking at me. All right, see you next time. Bye-bye.